Join me today as we visit the 2025 Kofu Kai show here in Santa Ana. Well, welcome everybody back to the 2025 Fall Kofu Kai show here at the Bowers Museum in Santa Ana. You can see just a quick got away from ability to get away from the rain today. Got some sunny side, so I had a chance to just come down on the last day on Sunday. And this is actually a show that came from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Fortunately, we had rain for the last couple of days, but it's bright sky today. Here's a dual. Looks like a femina. Look, check that femina with a lightning strike gin top. We got a looks like a Pastrada juniper, a cascade here. Really nice cascade with a lovely scroll behind it. And of course, we have this really cool strawberry accent. Just about the flower, getting to that strawberry season again. Here's an old California juniper. You can see California has been nicely manicured. The deadwood scrubbed. The deadwood looks like it's been ginned. You can notice it's a California by the lovely termite damage from the deadwood. Apparently, California junipers have a softer deadwood compared to like a Utah juniper. We have a small showing display. Really, it's a compartmental display by itself. It's technically a 3-point, 4-point, 5-point display. So let's look at the tokonoma, or the mini tokonoma, if you want to call that. Black pine display with a scroll. That looks like a spring scroll behind there. We got some small brass turtles with a variegated elm. Really nice pot. Its accent is this hanging cypress, I think. Cypress? Shore juniper. I should ask Peter, what's the difference between a shore juniper and a cypress? Or you guys know in the comments, be great to know. Nice, you can call that a 5-point display. Okay. Here in the second row, let me just skip to the third row really quick. Here's a nice Portulacaria, or a dwarf jade, and a cascade. I bet this was a, excuse me, I'm a little off angle here. I bet this used to be a Frank Yi tree. Let's look at the barkage. It is, you can see that there's some cork barkage. So this is a cork bark jade. Here's a nice California juniper. If you're looking for a California. This one's a little unique because of the deadwood wing. I love Californias. So you can see the original deadwood. I mean, that's carved by nature. All original deadwood, still with the original foliage. This will probably be really spectacular when that foliage kind of grows out, becomes really healthy. Excuse me. Now this is really unusual. From far away, I thought this was an elm. And what gave it away that wasn't an elm was this leaf pattern. I mean, leaf pattern serrated. What was kind of interesting was the flower. So this is actually a star, a lavender star flower tree. These are usually like a big bush, but this is a spectacular tree with some deadwood into it. Normally these things don't, are pretty soft. So it's really unusual to see deadwood in a deciduous material. So that's really awesome. You swing around here. Oops, sorry. Here's a really cool display. Move my camera around. There it is. This is from, Sheromani. This is a Japanese quince. This is a contorted quince in a really cool pot. That's a couple things, a couple of displays. Really cool pot. Quinces have this, this clump style normally, and not flowering yet. So we're a little early in the season of flowering. Well, what's really unusual is this little buddy right here, her accent. This is a Singapore holly. It's usually a subtropical tree. I actually had a really large one that didn't do too well. I gave that away, but look how beautiful that accent is. So that's kind of amazing. Here is a boxwood, excuse me. Couldn't get that out of my mouth here. What's unusual is that boxwood's probably lying down, growing that way for years as a semi-cascade. Nice deadwood features. And boxwoods actually have a longevity of living for, well, there's deadwood staying on that tree for a while, and they're pretty hard. I thought this was a really cool cork bark elm. And what's unusual is its rootage. Most elms, if you did not notice, most elms have this ropey rootage. It doesn't really, or the nabari, doesn't really fuse, unlike a trident or a Japanese maple. They actually become these giant ropes. Eventually they do fuse, because I got a couple of fuse. Really cool tree. Let me go back to that second row. Here is a San Jose juniper. If you guys know, if you guys know a difference between a San Jose and a prostrata, it'd be great to know. Really old tree. It looks like an old landscape tree at one point that's been converted to a bonsai tree. Really cool. Here is a prostrata, root over rock. Oh, look at the needlework. Maybe this is a prostrata. Huh. I need a lesson on junipers. Someone would like to give me a lesson on junipers. I'd love to hear it, especially the different species. Here is a strawberry guava. Like the tree? Oh, that'd be kind of cool to see. It looks like a, I thought this was a fig tree at one point. You can see the flowers are coming in right there. So that'd be kind of interesting. Here's a really cool cork bark pine. You see the wings of these pines. I haven't read if this is a mutation from a regular black pine, and then I wonder what is the biological advantage of having that thick corkage, because it's technically a weaker tree. So you actually treat cork bark pines it's slightly different from the regular black pines. And I don't even have one yet, so it's one on my bucket list to have. Here's a cork bark elm, oak. You can see some of its structure in between. Still growing. You can see by the reason why I can tell it's growing, it is the where it fractures or when it opens up. You can see the coloration is different, much more like pink-orange color. Here's a prostrata juniper. It's a slant style. Really healthy buds, or the scale foliage is really healthy. You can see that's really cool. Okay, and here's the third row. We got a Utah juniper. So this is different from California. You can see the deadwood. Deadwood's intact. You can see his deadwood's intact. No termite damage at all. From Tom Bong, which really collects these Utah junipers, he says that the deadwood on these guys are much denser compared to California, easier to, or less easier, more resistant to termite damage. So that's why you don't see too many on them. Recently, probably collected too. Kind of awesome tree. Something unusual we don't see here in Southern California very often is this lovely tree. Let's see if anybody can recognize it before I give you the species name of it. I think that is a dead giveaway. People are probably shouting and screaming. It's not a crabapple. I thought it was a crabapple from the very beginning, but this is a hawthorn. And what's really unusual is its companion tree, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know what this is. If anybody can figure out what this is, put that in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Of course, last but not least on this row, we have a Princess Persimmon with a pepper accent. It's kind of cool. So the normal grow habits of these Princess Persimmons is usually in a clump. They actually like to sucker out and produce clones of themselves. So this is a very classic type what you get from a Princess Persimmon, and all variety too. Varieties are kind of interesting. So Princess Persimmons come in different sizes, shapes, the fruit wise. So that's how you kind of categorize it. So this is a oval, not a perfect round. This is an oval orange to give you an idea. And they come in different colors too. Here is a collection of, lower is a collection of accent plants or kusimotos. You can see there looks like sedums of different types. Growing over rock, almost Penjing style. But there are accents. And you got some tillandsias and some sedums on that last one right there with some deadwood feature. Looks like great. Here is a ficus scalifloria, or scarus. Ficus, this is ficus. I think it's a scarifolia or a nerfolia. And then this is a progression. So you can see from the very small, from the very end, and growing in size-wise. Get a trunk, something like that. This was at the Orange County Bonsai Show a couple months ago. And this is probably grown for a couple decades for it to get to this size. Okay, another scarifolia here. Much older tree. But I think the most impressive is actually the accent, the tree. Not a bad old age tree, as you can see the ribbons of this nobari. And of course this accent's actually spectacular. It's almost gonna be its own little tree. Look at this root base. I don't know the name of it. If you guys know the name of it, leave in the comment. I'd love to learn it. I think it's a succulent plant of some sort. Let me go to the last row. So I can get Cheryl Manning to do a quick piece about the show. Here is a Psyche display. So Psyche is a landscape, miniature landscape with, this is actually a 3-point display technically, with the Psyche, the accent, and the scroll work. Scroll work's actually pretty good. This is a fall river, so it gives that fall feeling. And this is the Psyche, which is a like a cat, like a, what is it, a cliffside junipers. Really cool. This is a bouquet, which is probably like simulated art, or not simulated art, simulated landscape. So you can see this is a landscape of rocks. That looks like a tide pool. The other one is like almost like a river scene or dry riverbed scene with a kind of dried out junipers. Kind of cool. Last but not least, we have this giant bougainvillea with a bonsai with a Lego accent, which is kind of cool. That's kind of cool with the nice deadwood looks like grape of some sort. And there's just in peak of color. We can see the color just about to bloom at this point. All righty. I think I got everybody here. Let me see if I can get Cheryl Manning to kind of close out some closing thoughts here. And then, yeah.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Manning here at the Bowers Museum for the Kofu Kai show. It's a gorgeous little bonsai show with a variety of trees and wonderful members that have displayed their trees. And I'm one of the members and am very proud to be a part of such a sweet little exhibit.
Well, there we go. If you guys like the show, like and subscribe. Leave a comment what's your favorite tree, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.